Welcome to another episode of Friend Outdoors.
On today's episode, Walter and Mark are on the top of a ridge on the edge of a field. They are trying to locate a gobbler at daylight on the roost. The guys try to get a gobbler to sound off by using a barred owl call. Then they try a mouth call, and finally a gobbler sounds off. The guys move toward the gobbler's location. They get their blind and decoy set up and begin to make some calls. They hear a couple gobblers heading their way, but they are coming in from behind their setup location. Will the guys be able to reposition the blind before the gobblers get there? Here's what happens.
We realize that the gobblers are behind us and we get turned around just in time. Sometimes when you're filming turkeys, even though you can see them, it's hard to find them in that viewfinder.
He's up here. I see it.
You see in this video, because we wear earplugs, because the shotgun is so loud when it goes off when you're in a blind, that we were struggling to communicate there a little bit.
Big one. Just bird one, baby. Sharps. Look at that beard. That's got to be 11, 12-inch beard. It says 12-inch beard. Had a good morning. Had a real good morning. Look at them spurs. Looks like he might have a 12-inch beard on it. We had two come in. Come up out of the hollow here. We gobbled them pretty good. Mark called him in here. About 16 yards, and I shot this one. The other one got away from us. But, good morning.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode on Friend Outdoor Adventures. Here's a quick recap of this hunt. On this particular hunt, we didn't have any birds roosted. We didn't go out the night before. We had no idea. We went to an area where we knew that there was some turkeys. So we set up on the edge of this field and we tried to owl hoot some there at daylight. We didn't hear anything. So eventually I got the mouth call out and the slate, and I tried that. Eventually I got a bird to answer us a few times. So eventually we picked up our blind, we grabbed our chairs, we headed in that direction. We got inside the tree line and we set up. We put the decoys up and I began to make some more excited yelps and cuts. Eventually we heard a couple birds gobble, but we couldn't tell exactly where they were at. A blind, sometimes it's hard to tell where the sound's coming from. Eventually we figured out they were behind us, so we just picked the blind up, turned it around, moved our chairs. We just got set back up when we saw them up the edge of the field, heading in our direction. But at this point, the decoys are actually behind the blind and they can't see them from where they're at. Luckily, I'd called enough that they were making their way down through the timber heading at us. Finally, I made one last call as the first bird went through the opening and I just got his attention. At that point, I think they saw the decoys and he turned to come back. Now, as they were coming in, I could tell that the bird on the left had a bigger, thicker beard, and I figured that was the one that Dad was going to shoot. But when you're filming, a lot of times it's a lot easier if you just got one gobbler coming in, because even though we're side by side, we wear earplugs in the blinds because when you shoot the gun, it is so loud. So sometimes it's hard to communicate which bird I'm on compared to what he's wanting to shoot. So we finally got to a point where I just backed the zoom off as far as I could, and then I hoped that he would shoot the one on the right. But he shot the one on the left right as it was going off screen. You just can't see him go down. It was a great bird. He had a big, thick beard. It was an exciting hunt. We had a great time, and we got those memories. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and watching this with us. Hey, if you did, please hit that thumbs up like button and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. You got any comments, that'd be great. If you get some extra time, we got several shorts on our channel. You might want to click on those tab. We got a bunch of different animals on there. These short videos are like 15 seconds, most of them. We think it might be something you like. We also like to thank our military personnel. Thank you for your service. Now for a preview of our next episode on Friend Outdoor Adventures.